Hello everyone. Today we are talking when probate is and not required. Let's get into it. So probate is required when the descendants' assets are in their name only. There's no living trust. There's no joint tenancy. They're in that person's name only. Just want to repeat it. Only their name. It has to go through probate. Scenario 2, when probate is required, the total value assets exceeds $184,500, and that is including all assets outside of the trust. Total value, $184,500. When it exceeds that amount, you're going through probate. Scenario 3, when probate is required. There's no living trust. There's no beneficiary designation. For example, bank accounts, investment accounts, or vehicles. In that scenario, you're going through probate. It's a must. You're not going to be able to do anything legally without going through probate. Okay? Scenario 4, when probate is required. There's disputes on the validity of the will or the inheritance designations or inheritance rights for that matter. Probate is required. Those are the 4 scenarios when probate is required. There is no getting out of it if you are in one of those 4 situations. So let's get into when probate is not required. Scenario 1, when there is a living trust. Probate is not required. Everything is already lined out. There's no discussion on who's getting what. No fighting that can take place. Everything is in the trust. And this is, I think, my best recommendation for you. Put everything in the trust. As you are accumulating assets over time, and to make things easier for your family after, unfortunately, your death, put everything in a trust. You will not have to, well, you probably wouldn't worry because you're going to be gone already, but your family will not have to go through probate. There will be no fighting. Well, maybe it might be some fighting, but it's not going through court. You don't have to go through probate. You don't have to spend all the money or the time going through probate when there is a trust in place. My number 1 recommendation, put everything in the trust. Second scenario, when probate is not required. When there is a joint tenancy or community rights of survivorship, meaning that when the deceased person passed away, the surviving co-owner automatically gets the property. There is no discussion. There is no dispute or anything. It's going directly to the surviving co-owner. Scenario 3, when probate is not required. When you have a payable on death or a transfer on death affidavit in place. So it's kind of like the same thing. It's going to go directly to whoever you designated those assets to go to upon your death. And these usually are for bank accounts, investment accounts. Usually use these type of forms. Scenario 4, when probate is not required. When the total value of the assets is less than $184,500. These are considered small estates, so you don't have to do a full-blown probate case. You still have to do an affidavit. It's like a small estate affidavit, which there still may be some minor court appearances, but like I said, you do not have to open a full-blown probate case, and which, like I said, could take, in my last video, could take anywhere from 6 to 12 months or sometimes longer than that. So these are ways to avoid probate. And I still recommend, even with all these other 3 options, your best one is the living trust. So please, 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 if you don't take anything from this video, take that to put, as you're accumulating all these assets, please, please, please put it in a trust. Make it easier for your family, not to have to deal with all this nonsense. They're already going through a lot, with grieving and whatever else goes on during that time. Try and make it easier for them and just spend that money to create a trust. I guarantee you it's going to be less than what you would pay than what your family would pay going through probate. Okay, I hope you got something from this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.